everyone, welcome back to the channel. And on here, as you can see, I'm playing another game. It's called Path to Nowhere. It's a very good game. It plays like Ark Knight, if you've played that before. Let's go through it and see how it goes.
Hey, looks like you're free. How about taking a trip to the Syndicate with me? Quite a few people are eager to meet you.
Yes, I can see the artwork is pretty good, right? It's really different than the usual anime, chibi or one of those Japanese anime style. So it's pretty good. It looks nice. So yeah, let's go through all of the different features of what we can do in the game. So all of the characters are called sinners. They're basically criminals that have been captured by a organization called MBCC, which is basically turning these criminals into heroes to fight evil that's currently rampaging the city. So yeah, you have a lot of like these unique characters with unique designs and really interesting backline story actually. So they're pretty good. So as you can see here, really nice looking artwork. Let me try and scrub this through. Yep, and some of them have a live 2D style. I'm not sure why all of them have it, because they, Irene is an S character, which is the highest tier. But if you get to unlock her next promotion for her level, you'll get to get this the skin, which is a live 2D backdrop for the character. Otherwise, it's just a simple static one. For Zoya, the current banner unit, she has multiple different ones as well. So this one is always free. So there's one that will always be free, and the other one is paid in battle pass. So yeah, her design looks great here. I'm not sure the angle is a little bit odd somehow, and making her a little bit short, but she's pretty tall and cool and muscular. Yeah, and some of this, for example, like this one is from the story, and pre-registration you get the skin. Yes, you can see, look at all of these waifus, right, that you get, and all of the different kind of really nice looking skins. Yeah, but that's where they're gonna push for the monetization, is selling all of this really nice animated live 2D. Hopefully everything in live 2D, because there's some of them that are not live 2D, which is kind of a bit awkward, right? Like look at this one, the fire at the back should be glowing, and this one, not sure how they would do it. So yeah, and this one, the glass can be kind of start moving slowly, and as it's being shared by her. Yeah, there's plenty of this really cool artwork, and hopefully they'll update it soon to have the live 2D version, because I think this is the launch and they have a couple of them that have it, like this one, a cyberpunk style. This one is also on release, but both of the skins don't have live 2D, so I'm quite surprised. Okay, yeah, so pretty good, pretty cool characters and great character designs. They have different kind of like abilities that I will showcase later. So this is a place where you get all of your collections and more backstories to the individuals. Interrogation is those backstories. Here is just the library of the different units, and it's like the card collections, right? The more you collect, the more you can get bonus or rewards from collecting all of them. Okay. And yeah, there's a gacha there that I will go later. I'll show you how the gacha works. There is, okay, this is skills for the main characters, the main hero that you are playing as. Then there's also a guild in here as well. So yeah, there's not that many things to do just yet in terms of guild and in terms of multiplayer style, but this is pretty much quite single player based. So this is the usual, you can donate and help each other, get a list of people that will be in there, but yeah, nothing much. I'm in this skill at the moment. But yeah, and what's the next one? Friend list. Friends, you can borrow each other's units to help. Really, it's pretty good. Keep on borrowing the defensive characters, tank ones. So this is the battle pass for the Zoya, the current banner unit.
You want to witness the reformation of Syndicate?
Yeah, the
Stay with me at all times.
voiceover and everything is top notch, guys. They really put effort into the style and the UI and everything else about this. Yeah, this is the shop, and you get I bought a couple of small packs. I really enjoy playing the game. I want to support the game developers, because it's free to play. Buying here and there is not an issue to help them to keep on growing. Yeah, this one is kind of a level up packs. I've got it as well because those currency didn't come really easily, but yeah, it's pretty okay. You can actually play as F2P. It's just if you're buying, you get time. This is testing different units in the game, and this is the pre-registration reward you should claim before it's ended. Alright, so let's go through the missions. You have the typical missions, you have the dungeons to grind, upgrades materials. You can get it from here, gold and some upgrade materials, and the typical kind of like tower solo playing without stamina over here, that different challenges. And also you have this kind of like raid bosses, also kind of like how much you can hit the boss with different buffs, and you get rewards, and those rewards you can exchange it with different stuff, like buffs and things like that. Okay, which would help you in the story missions. The story missions are pretty difficult, not that easy to just plow through. There's no auto like this one, for example. I'll show you how it works. There are multiple different units. There is a melee units, there is tank, there is range units. I'll skip the story so that it doesn't spoil anyone that wants to play this game. The story is quite good. Just enjoy and play it slowly. It's quite dark in some areas. So yeah, this is the map, and as you can see, these are the spawn points for the enemies, and to show their path going around so that you can see where possibly you can place your units to help tank them, attack them, and so on before they arrive at your main hero, which you're trying to protect. Okay, so there's a tank unit that will tank 2 enemies at once. There's a melee unit like Zoya, and there's also a healer unit and a range unit that you can put a little bit further away, like Zoya, for example, you can put at the front. That particular square is a buffing square, and yeah, so you put all your range usually a bit over the back, but as you can see, you can move around the units like that. In the game, you can also, when you start, you can also move things around, right? So but you only have a limited number. So these 2 units are tank, so they would tank, and you have like 2 enemies that they would hold off for a while, because otherwise one of them will go through. So you have other units like this one where she can jump into the map without using your movement count. Like you can see here, there are 25 out of 25 movement counts. There are 4 bosses and 17 little enemies that will come out and spawning from those points, and then you've got the leader with 3 health points. If it's 0, then it's game over. Then you have these skills, variety of different skills to help you during the battle that you can use. Like it's like an ultimate of your of your boss, right? So you can see like the different kind of enemies and their attributes that will come out from those spawn points. and they will just keep on moving, and you know, some of them will be long range that you need to move your units closer. So as you can see, if I move these units, right, it will reduce the moving points there. You know, I move them just to give you an example. So the enemies here, for example, they would split into 2 more enemies, for example, right? So it gives you a bit of a challenge where they will go through your defenses because you can only tank maximum of 2. Then when the gauge bar is filled up, you can actually use the unit's ultimate, right, to, or the skill, for example, to actually help stop, you know, some of these units. When it says break, it's basically some of the, you know, elite units or bosses, they have a like a shield per se, right? So if you break those shields, then it would stun them on place to help you to gain momentum again, right? To, you know, to be able to move things around. So as you can see here, there's like one little orange diamond. So if I hit it with a skill, it will then, you know, stun the enemy on the space, right? Only those bosses that have those kind of diamonds can be stunned. So as you can see here, I moved my Zoya up to the front, and then I use the alt, and sometimes I need to use the my boss alt to actually help with managing the mobs, right? Otherwise there are too many of them. As you can see here, I'm starting to creep forward, trying to get a hold of the ground, making sure that none of them would you know, pass through. As you can see, the boss is doing this crazy line damage that I need to be careful about, and so that's why I slow down the time from ×2 to just ×1, that I can move things around, heal and all that jazz, because sometimes you don't have time to think before it does it. So yeah, so there you go. And all I need to do now is just move all of this long range units forward, and trying to take down the boss. And there you go, the boss is dead. Okay, or one of the elite unit. That's how it plays, guys. It's quite intense in some area. You have to really understand the map, and once you get the hang of it, it's pretty enjoyable because each map is nicely designed so that you get to really think about your moves. And the good thing is, like, you can repeat it without having to use the stamina. So yeah, plenty of stories in there, plenty of cutscenes. So chapter 1 to 3, yeah, and these ones are like, you know, the good thing is you can here you can just auto repeat and spend your stamina without having to do those missions again and again. All right.
Hey, looks like you're free.
So yeah, you can get the points from your friends as well. All right, now let's do a gacha. Right, let's see how good it is. So yeah, this unit summer, like, let's see the rate. The rate is 2% for S unit, and then 18 for A unit, and B for 80%. So it's a bit tough, you know, I must admit. It's not as easy. I don't know, I mean, I'm playing Tower of Fantasy and that one feels so good. Now with Summer, I'm not really keen on her because, you know, just the way she works. She's a range unit, she's pretty good as an S unit, but her skill is only buffing herself and creating drones around her. And the more, you know, drones you have, the more, you know, good her damage would be. But it's almost like a single target damage, maybe bossing unit, you know, to take down like bosses with high HPs. But in terms of utility, it's not that awesome because she's, you know, she doesn't have the AoE damage or things like that would help with the mob control. All right, so yeah, as you can see here, you know, these buffs, so not great. Zoya is pretty good. She can actually you know, have like as you can see here is, you know, 3x3 box AoE, you know, a square AoE scale that would damage everything around her. So a lot more useful. You move her to the front where there's a lot of enemy units around, and just use the skill, and she's pretty strong. And as usual, if she's good with DPS, her HP is pretty low, her defense is pretty low as well. All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for this girl, Langley. She has a great skill AoE, with in a square 9 box, which is great. She has a really long range as well, which is amazing, on the field. So if you're trying to re-roll, guys, re-roll her. She's really good. Okay, Nox is pretty good as well. Okay, she has a nice AoE skill, and as you can see, she can attack like in a cross format, right, or plus format. So but you will get her from this playing for a week, and then upgrading your accounts and going through all of these missions. You will get her for free, so you don't really need to re-roll for her. I mean, it's good if you get her early, but in terms of utility, get a range unit first, and a strong range unit, okay, because that will help you a lot in your game. Okay, and the next one is Bai Yi. Bai Yi is also a melee unit, but yeah, so she's buffing herself and damaging in a cross area of her area, right? So it's pretty good. So that's something that I would like, and she's really looking really good. I've got Irene, as you can see before, and she's great. Now this one is misleading because it only shows 1, but that one is actually hitting 3x3 square around that particular spot, so it really hurts the other areas around that spot. So this should have the 3x3 square, in my opinion, but I don't know why it didn't. Okay, Hamo is the healer, but yeah, but the healing for her is not that great because this is another S unit, but not great in terms of utility. Currently I'm using Ariel, so if you're trying to reroll and you're trying to find a healer, Ariel is great because Ariel, right, has a passive to heal everybody around her 50% of attack damage, right? And so her passive is she's just sitting down there and she's gonna heal, and her AoE skill is healing. So 3x3 square, she would heal everybody in that area, which is pretty amazing. All right, so yeah, so get her. She's a very good healer. And yeah, I use her a lot where there's spaces that needs heal. Her attack, she's a ranger attack, but not that big of a damage really, as you can see. Healer. For tank, I like Chelsea. Chelsea's a good tank, and what she can do is she can actually summon an animal to help attack and move the animal around on the field. Really good. And the other tank that I'm using is Timolia, which is she can heal herself, restoring 30% of her HP, which is pretty good. So she can tank a lot of damage, and she can be at the front just tanking all the time, and healing herself as well. Okay, the other one, a unit that I thought was going to be good was Cinnabar. I thought she was going to be good, but she's creating this wall of shield, but for some reason once she's done that, she's not attacking, so all the other enemy units just passing through her, and that was really annoying when I found that, because I didn't know that it was going to happen that way. But she's pretty good. Another one good, 99 is pretty good, but she's using her own HP to do a lot of damage with her skill, or with her ult, so it's not really great in the end game content, in my opinion. Another good one is this Tetra. She can jump and have this AoE area damage that can also break the core of the boss units. So really handy. She's also have a cross shape attacker. So yeah, sometimes I use her if there is kind of like, I guess, maps that are just fast paced and a lot of movements. So I need to move her a lot during those phases. And passive is crit damage. What else? Yeah, Horo is pretty good. You know, can break the core as well, but only like a line, which is not that great for AoE. KK, I used her for a bit at the start, but yeah, not really good after that. She's just buff herself with defense, more defense. Okay, but yeah, and then Ignis. I thought Ignis was gonna be good because she has this, you know, promising AoE area damage. Well, just across damage, meteor. But actually, it's just hitting on her own. Not really. You can't move it around the map. So, yeah, I've upgraded her for one of the story mission, and I didn't use her in the end. So. Yeah, plenty of other units that I haven't played with, but yeah, let's do gacha, okay? Let's stop. I'm hoping I will get Langley. Come on, please give me Langley. Yeah, but there's also PT, guys. At 80, you will get the guaranteed S unit when you hit 80, but it doesn't. It will reset when you get one. Oh, two achievements. Is this gonna be double? Ooh, one of them, two. Oh wow, this is amazing. Yes, come on, Langley, please, Langley. Am I gonna get Langley? Oh, who's this? Bai, yes. Got the waifu, one waifu. Come on, the second waifu, Langley.
This is the Syndicate
Please.
Gangster rapper. Who are you?
Sending out so many cops just to catch a
Who's this?
stupid gang.
Zoya.
Your subordinates are honestly.
Oh wow, she's can't complain. I wish it would be Langley, but Zoya is pretty good too. She's S2 now, Shackles 2. I had a PT before as well, and it was her. Oh man, this is S2. But hey, 2S in one pool. That is great. That is great. So as you can see here, she's S2. Normal attack damage. Nice. Oh, you can also upgrade it, guys, with this what do you call material there, but it's quite expensive, that material. Let me show you. You can get those material. Let me see if I can just go through it from here. No. If we go to the shop, right, exchange, not this one here. So when you do a pull, you'll get some of these units, currencies basically. So if you see, and you know, so you get like monthly, you can buy 5 tickets, 5 multis, right? This is like a cashback, I guess, or you know, ticket pack, or whatever you want to call it, you know, currency pack. But yeah, but it's really expensive. So 250 to get Zoya, so that's like what, 215 pulls, and or you can get, you know, the mark. So this is like whaling territory. I think that those fragments will change every time, every banner, I guess. So yeah, but you can get like all of these upgrade materials, and as you can see here, if I want to promote her to the next phase, right, I need these materials here. Okay, so some of them you can get from the missions, okay, so, and some of them you can get it from this exchange. But then yeah, you would be using your, I guess, you know, tubes that you converted into exchange. Yeah, so you can buy this, but if you buy this, for example, you buy 20, then you need to fuse them, okay, over here to get this higher material. Then you can do a fusion, right? You know, yeah, so you don't really want to do that. I guess you can just do the story mission instead and get those that way. Okay. Yeah, so that's what you do. You raid more, and you know, the more you do, the more you get those units, sorry, those upgrade materials. All right. So yeah, that's as you can see here, the more you upgrade the face, then you will get you know, another passive here. Okay, generating energy for her and the chief. The chief is basically you. And then on phase 3 you can get the skin, right? And level cap to 90, you get the skin here. And then yeah, but it's needing all of those materials, and 560. Yeah, you need to get all of this materials, which is higher in higher levels end game. And yeah, 560,000 gold. That's steep, guys, really steep. Okay. So yeah, that's how you upgrade the units and so on. Plenty of heaven upgrades. So you know, here, like, you know, you can upgrade it using these two materials over here, and then to promote her, you know, we have this kind of free packs from events and so on that you can use to open and just get the materials straight away without grinding. And you know, you can then rank her up at 30,000, 360,000, right? And you get a bonus passive, right? The first passive. And then yeah, if you just level her up, as you can see, run out of material straight away, you know, you need to grind. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how you level up a unit as well. But look at her design, so nice. Such a waifu, man. Look at her. Yes, that's really good. Okay. All right. So that's Path of Nowhere, guys. And yeah, when you upgrade a certain unit here, you'll get, you know, extra rewards as usual. You know, you get her, yeah, just needing Langley, and you get a free tickets and things like that as you go through the collections. Yeah, the currency is pretty hard to get. You know, so yeah, just keep on doing all the missions, all the achievements. That's where you get, what's this one? Okay, a title. All right, show. Okay. Yeah, hopefully soon I will get, as you can see, the PT is reset now back to 4. Yeah, I did a wrong thing and I put more in here, so I hope that PT count will continue to the next banner. I'll probably save it now. I think I have enough units to go by, and too many melee units. I want range units and maybe tank units, actually. That's really good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's Path to Nowhere. So if you like it, hope you play this game, and I'll upload more content. Please press like and subscribe and notification as well, so encouraging me to do more of this content. All right, thanks, guys. Yep, I'm gonna do some of these missions later. Okay, I'll see you soon. See you in the next video. Bye now.